Hello, everybody. Welcome to Three Wheels of Wrestling Podcast. Yes, another wrestling podcast.
Shoot. What'd I do?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
This is the Three Wheels of Wrestling Podcast.
I am Willie Tiny,
I am Big
my
Will.
host, Big Will, and Will the Thrill, and we have our guest, Airica Demia.
Demia.
Sorry.
It's okay. It happens. A lot, actually.
I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I forgot my notes. I'm sorry.
You're good. I understand.
Playing Mr. Mom here. So hold on. I'll be right back.
Oh, Sookie, Willie Tiny, the man that runs this.
No, it's always one of us.
Right, it's always one of us.
Is there any get it? No, no worries.
Is it okay if I shorten it to just Airica?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yo, I when I first saw your name, I was like, that is just so cool for the spelling of it. And then when I know that you're like your whole first question, can we start with the questions, because I do got several questions.
Go ahead. Go with the first question. And,
I mean, Willie Tiny, you knew once you said you introduced me to her, you see the reaction I have just seeing her now. I hope I'm not being creepy about it. But my question is, because obviously you got your character based off an anime, and I am a big fan of My Hero Academia. So once I saw the spelling of it, it was just oh yes. And the fact that your costume reminds me, and some of the marks you even had on your cheek, like Bakudo, and all that was just awesome. So obviously you had to be a fan to know your background on that stuff. So could you tell me a little bit about it?
So I initially came up with the idea of basing my character off of Deku from My Hero Academia when I was 14, which is 5 years ago now. I don't like thinking about how long ago that was. Anyways, so when I first started training, my dad's best friend told us to watch My Hero Academia because he was like, hey, y'all are really going to like this anime because of the other nerdy stuff that y'all watch all the time. So we started watching it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm literally going through the exact same things as the main character. So it just kind of worked out. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Just like how your dad said, I try to encourage a lot of my friends about that. Because, of course, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Naruto, Bleach. But when I got a hold of that, that was just my bread and butter. And, I'm an All Might fan. The Plus Ultra, when he first introduced it, I still get chills. And that's my number one scene in that whole thing. So how old were you when you actually really got into wrestling?
I kind of decided that I wanted to, I don't want to say start wrestling, but I was like, hey, I want to do stuff in wrestling when I was 7, and my dad was like, you're crazy. No. Because I was super clumsy I'm still really clumsy, but way less so than I was when I was little. And I was also really, really, really skinny. I took ADHD medicine that made me not want to eat. So that kind of sucked too. And he was like, I feel like that's not the best for you. Also, women in wrestling, it can be a little tough.
Yeah. Anybody else has questions? I'll back off.
You were training since...
I don't know. You got super excited there, man. Go ahead with your questions. Fire them off.
No. Let y'all speak for a bit. I'll go over my notes too.
Will Tiny, what was your question?
As you just said, you were training since you were 14 with Ethan Chase at the Palmetto Wrestling Academy.
But I initially started in Lincolnton, North Carolina, in like a really small like local fed. So I transferred over to Palmetto Wrestling Academy when I was 15 in 2020 because that place had shut down because of COVID. So it was like summer of 2020-ish when I transferred over to the academy. It's probably one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life because I'm an entirely different human being. When I was 14, I couldn't look anybody in the eye. I was thinking, I meant to say 15, but I wasn't able to look my trainer in the eye until I had known him for like a couple of months because I was terrified. I hated eye contact. I still don't like it, but I hated eye contact, and I just no. I was also literally the youngest in the class, so that's always hard to deal with because it's like there's a bunch of adults surrounding me. I am a child. This is scary.
So what was the toughest part like going through your training besides the eye contact?
I didn't know how to talk to people, so I couldn't make friends. So I always felt like everyone was against me, which they weren't. That was just anxiety. So it was like a similar thing to Deku. Everybody did underestimate me. Like they weren't like, "Hey, you're my enemy" or anything. Like they probably didn't see me as competition at all, because I was 100 pounds at 15 years old. It was, yeah. Anyways, I couldn't make friends, and I struggled with everything because I wasn't the most athletic person. I'm still not that athletic, but I'm way more athletic than I was. And yeah, I'm knocking things over here.
Well, to be fair, you're more athletic than us three, so you gotta win there.
I would hope so. I would hope I'm like more athletic now because I've been doing this for like 5 years, training for 5 years, wrestling for a year.
Now the way you're describing yourself with being clumsy and non-athletic, and sort of reminds me of like a John Moxley. He ran in. He has the same issues, and look at him. He's one of the biggest stars.
Mhm.
So you currently have 2 victories in CZW.
I believe something like that.
So are you undefeated in CZW?
No, I am not. I
Okay.
think, how many matches have I had there? Let's see. I think I've had 4 matches, so half and half, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. It's escaping me at the moment.
So you made it to AEW for a match with Nyla Rose. How was that experience?
It was so fun. I got to meet a few of my heroes, so that was really cool. I didn't have one negative experience there, so I'd say that's very reassuring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was technically Ring of Honor, correct?
Yeah, it was aired on Ring of Honor. Yes.
Right.
What experience or advice did they give you while you were at AEW?
It was mostly just about ring positioning, just working on that kind of thing, especially while on TV. That you have to do things a lot differently than just in front of a live crowd.
You also have done work with NWA Power, and you had a triple threat with Taylor Rising, and Allie Reeks.
Mm-hmm.
How was your experience with that?
That was also a lot of fun. It was very intimidating because it was the first time I had been in front of such a large crowd. It was very different than anything I had experienced. I don't think I really had like a super negative experience there either. It was just a lot of stuff that I wasn't used to. people tend to be very chill and or reserved. So it's kind of hard to start conversations, especially as someone who is reserved. But that's pretty much the only thing, honestly.
Okay. So what kind of matches do you not see yourself wanting to do in this business?
I don't know if this is like what you're asking, but I personally would rather not do a death match. I will if I have to, but this is not my thing. I'll do like a street fight or something like that. But if I can avoid landing on thumbtacks, I will.
I don't blame you. Because just stepping on one makes me squeal. So.
Yep.
So you said you've been in the business for 5 years, and you said the eye contact was something. Well, I would say based off some of your skits, especially your promo for IWE, never say die, that you had probably 3 weeks ago, 9th, I'd probably say, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, somewhere around there.
I thought the promo was pretty cool because just like Deck, you had to know of the weaknesses, the strengths, and you did it all. And Solar, who's your legendary daddy, that was orchestrated, even though he had a stomach ache at that time. But if I remember correctly, because that skit was good. That was really good. That little to build up for your triple threat match. It seems like you get tagged up into a lot of triple threat matches from what I've been seeing.
Yeah, quite a few.
We got a comment from a fan, from Joe Hale. What is Airica's dream opponent?
Oh, that's a tough
Or
question.
who? Should be who.
So I'm gonna name a couple of people because that's such a hard question. So one that, well, I don't want to say I'll likely never get it because that's negative. We don't do that here. No negativity. My favorite wrestler of all time is Kenny Omega. I would love a match with Kenny Omega. In WWE, a women's wrestler that I want to have a match with is Rhea Ripley, obviously, because what woman doesn't want to have a match with Rhea Ripley? And Maki Ito's up there too. I would love to have a match with her.
Nice. That's nice. The Kenny Omega one, he's always about pushing people to their limits. And that's one thing I think a lot of people respect about Kenny's athletic ability. So to see you two wrestle up, especially seeing you square up with one of those good super punches, Superwoman punch, would be impressive.
So who were your favorite wrestlers before you got into the business?
So before I really got into the business, I didn't know what WWE was because I grew up watching my dad wrestle. That's the wrestling that I knew. So obviously my dad was my favorite wrestler, and a couple of his friends I really liked too. Him and his best friend tagged for a while. That was after I knew what WWE was. But when I first started watching TV wrestling, I was watching NXT. So Bayley and Johnny Gargano were my favorite wrestlers. And also Sami Zayn. I loved Sami Zayn.
The ultimate underdog.
We got another comment from LA Willie. He is he's also a host on our show when Big Will can't make it. He's a truck driver. He has Airica Demia. Who would you say is your inspiration to become a wrestler?
Definitely my dad. Because, like I said earlier, I grew up watching him wrestle. He's been wrestling since, he started training before I was born. He's been wrestling since 2005. So that's just what I grew up with. Because my mom had been taking me to those shows since I was a baby. So he's literally the reason that I wanted to start wrestling in the first place. And he's the only reason I was able to do it because he was like, one day when I was 14, he was like, hey, you want to get in the ring and learn some stuff? And I was like, yes. Is that a question? So he told me to take a bump. I took a bump. And he was like, okay, it's pretty decent for your first one. Do you still want to do this? I was like, yes. Zero hesitation. He was very surprised. He's like, are you in pain? I was like, yes, but I still want to keep going.
There you go. There you go.
Since you're continue with Dad, so you got a good support system with your parents. Your dad is known as what, Solar, and your tag team. When you tag with them, you call it Heroes for Hire.
Yep.
Any
Do you ever
memorable...
see yourself facing your dad?
Great
Kind
question.
of depends. I mean, not anytime soon because, you know, we're getting along great right now. But maybe one day if one of us makes the other mad enough, we'll see.
I do have to give up props for your dad's like intro, like the whole Legend of Zelda theme, the whole 8-bit gimmick, and then you see him. I was like blown away with that, dude.
I'll let him know you said that.
I appreciate it.
We got another question from LA Willie. He says, Erica, seen plenty of your highlights on YouTube. From all of your moves, which is your favorite? Because Kamehameha. Yeah.
Yep.
I believe I spot it in your highlights.
You did spot it in my highlights. So I do a slight variation of it because usually they hit it like this. I hit it open-handed to the chest because it makes a loud sound and just it hurts a little bit more. I call it a heart scar. That is definitely one of my favorites. I call it a heart scar because my favorite anime, surprise, surprise, it's not My Hero Academia. They're like neck and neck though. It's Inuyasha. It's my favorite because it's the first anime I ever watched. I have a tattoo from it on my back. There's a specific episode where the character Shippo copies the main character Inuyasha. Inuyasha has a special move called the Wind Scar, and Shippo has his own version called the Heart Scar. And I decided I'm going to use this really obscure reference to name my move. But yeah, that's one of my favorites. What's another one? I don't know if I have it on a highlight reel right now, but I recently started hitting a Snapdragon suplex because of Kenny Omega. I saw him do that. I was like, I want to do that too. So I started hitting that. That's definitely one of my favorites too. Obviously, my finisher is Superman Punch, but you know, one for your face is what I call it.
Yeah. You had multiple matches with Selena Rose.
Mm-hmm. Her name is now Mila Johnson. She recently changed it. But yes, I've had several matches with her. Definitely one of my favorite opponents. Definitely run into her at a lot of shows because we're both based in the Carolinas, and there aren't a lot of women in the Carolinas.
There really has never been a lot of women in Carolina wrestling.
Unfortunately.
Even back during the Crockett years.
Right.
So my question is, what do you see yourself, or where do you see yourself in the future?
Well, I really want to go to Japan. I want to wrestle for New Japan. I want to wrestle for, I think it's called Shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll get some promotions mixed up. Also, there's another one. I can't remember the name of it right now, and it's stressing me out. It's a Joshi promotion, and I love Joshi wrestling. It's always been one of my favorite things to watch. Yeah, I definitely want to go to Japan. I want to wrestle in the UK. I just want to travel the world, and then hopefully one day I'll get a contract too.
Learning
and keep in mind, keep in mind you've been wrestling just over a year now.
Hmm.
Wow.
But yeah, continue to train for 6 years now, right? 6. My math, right?
I'm getting there.
You're just getting
I did have a question. Now I forget it.
It happens.
We got another one from LA Willie. Erica, do you see yourself one day in WWE, especially in a WrestleMania, or do you prefer wrestling on a global level?
Well, I would love to wrestle in WWE. Like, obviously, even if someone does have a specific place in mind that they want to get signed to, if another company knocks on your door is like, hey, we want to give you a contract, you're not going to be like, no, I want to get signed by this place. But also, they do technically travel everywhere. So I could be wrestling on a global level in WWE. Both of them, I
Who
guess.
knows?
Well, let's see. I'm going to bring up a future opponent. We had him as a guest.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get there. All right. Let's. You currently hail from Gastiano, North Carolina. Is that is that correct?
I was born in Gastonia, North Carolina. However, I don't claim it. I am billed from straight out of a manga panel because I'm an educator.
Okay.
Gastonia, North Carolina is not a nice place.
Okay. So you're in Florida.
I still live in North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She's just right
North
from
Carolina.
a comic strip,
Still in North Carolina.
manga strip. Which you got to read backwards to really understand it.
Yep.
So from North Carolina, you're traveling up to the Philadelphia, New Jersey area coming up on April the 3rd for Cream Mania, and you're going to face Stan Stylez.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like your first time in the area? Wrestling.
Is this one in Jersey?
It's in Jersey, yes.
Yeah.
So I have been to Jersey before. I think once or twice, maybe. I'm
sorry.
CCW. I have a friend that's going to Jersey tomorrow, and he's pretty excited about it. So, he said the only thing he's not looking forward to is the prices of everything and the driving.
Yeah.
He also lives in North Carolina. He lives in Raleigh, so he's not.
Yeah,
not
Jersey drivers are the worst.
I don't remember the driving because my mom or dad was driving and I was asleep. I had to get my rest for my match that day.
So we welcome you to the area when you get here. So what is your tactic to take down Stan Stylez, the King of Cream?
Honestly, I'm not even sure where to start on that one.
Was that the pin? Was that the pin? She got to write the strengths and the weaknesses.
Yep, I have I have one match to study for before I get to that one. But after this one coming up, I'll be studying.
Let you know, me and Will the Thrill will be there. We'll cheer you on because you're our hero.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. And
unfortunately, I'll be working. I'm sorry.
Oh, that sucks. No.
And I do want to say a special thank you because you are a first female wrestler.
Yes.
Interviewee. Yeah, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you for taking the time out and joining us for tonight.
The honor is mine here.
LA Willie says, take the cream. That might help.
Well, if I can.
Take away the
Well, if I can.
We'll
try to avoid it.
Yeah, he carries a lot of cream with him.
Yes, he does. And he can slow down time.
You can.
Oh, okay. Here's a side question. Is there any anime that you're reading or watching now?
I just finished watching Attack on Titan. I enjoyed it a lot, actually. A lot of people were like, "Oh my god, it's so slow." Yeah, but
The build up for it is what makes it worthwhile.
exactly, I liked it a lot. A lot of my friends were like, "I couldn't get past the second season." I'm like, "How? I finished it in 2 weeks." My cat is
Oh,
meowing.
what's the cat's name? You got to introduce him now.
His name is Coheed. I'll go grab him. Coco, come here.
And she goes, gets the cat. A couple pictures of her.
I'm sorry.
She said, I'm sorry.
Here's the cat. He's not happy with me.
No, I think he's
See
yelling
this
at
cat.
you.
Oh, look at him.
Like, why?
Aw.
Why?
Ow! My dad's throwing pillows at me.
Solar.
Solar is there.
He is.
So, what is your favorite video game?
Hold on. I'm giving him a treat to make him less angry. There you go. Good boy. You can go now.
Huh?
Oh, he dropped it. Anyways, favorite video games? Overall, definitely anything from the Legend of Zelda series.
Good choice. Good choice.
I also really enjoy Fallout, specifically Fallout 4. I also really like 3. I also really
76.
like The Forest. That's a really good one too. Coco. He dropped his other treat, so I felt bad, so I gave him another one. Yeah, those are probably my top video games.
See, unfortunately, I don't know nothing about anime or video games, so I'm out of this conversation.
That's all right.
Yeah, I got like a library of that stuff and
I like
PlayStation
comic books too,
5,
though, if you like
all
comic
that.
books.
I'm
Yeah.
a basic comic book person. Like, I know the basic people, but you start getting into multiverses and all that, then I'm gone. I'm out.
Understandable. It is a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's a lot, as you can probably see. And move your big head as well. There you go. Got a little Marvel poster behind me of the characters. I'm one of the nerds when it comes to that stuff. Definitely got my mom actually got me in the comics, so that's where that came from.
That's cool. Trying to see if I have anything comic booky in here. Not really. I have a map of the Pride Lands and Middle Earth in here.
Okay,
Nice.
nice.
Oh, wait,
Nice.
wait. I take it back. I do have one Marvel thing. It is Alligator Loki.
Oh yeah, it's Alligator Loki.
Croaky, if you will. My dad keeps correcting me.
Go ahead, Solo. Oh man.
Now, are
just
you going to be
within the
attending any of
area
the Comic Cons that are around?
I might if I'm free. It depends on if I'm booked that weekend or not. I have been to a Galaxy Con recently. That was really cool. I met the English voice actor for Deku, and he followed me on Twitter, and I started crying. I literally had a Deku moment. I was fangirling so much that I started sobbing. I screamed and I cried, and I was so happy.
We
I
all
was
have
like,
that
I can
moment
die
in
happy
life.
now.
Yeah, we all had that moment at one point.
Definitely.
Big Will, were you referring to like the WrestleCon, the wrestling conventions, or the other
The comic book conventions, because
Oh,
you guys
okay.
were talking about comic books.
Oh, Comic Con. Well, that's cool. You went to Galaxy Con.
Because
I think I might be wrestling at a video game convention. I'm not entirely sure if I'm booked for that one. But a promotion I work for in South Carolina called Pro Wrestling Turbo, they sometimes do shows for the Southeast Game Exchange, I think is what it's called. So I might be doing that. I did it last year and I played Luigi. If y'all can find pictures from that. I will not be looking. My phone's in there anyways. I'm not gonna. It's fine. But you can picture me with a mustache and a green hat.
I'm just waiting for your dad to throw the phone at you.
Oh, please don't.
Here is your promotional photo for Cream Mania versus King of Cream, Stan Stylez, Master of Pants, and the list goes on with his nicknames.
Yep, he does have a lot of nicknames.
So there's going to be a lot of wrestling events, and cons.
Mm-hmm.
When you come up here,
Mhm.
there's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
Like now, when we interviewed Stan, he was so excited that he's going to be facing you as his opponent. Like, he couldn't say enough nice things about you. But things might change when he gets you in that ring.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. He seems like a pretty cool person, I'd say. I've never met him, but my dad, I don't know if y'all heard him, but he said
He's a weirdo.
Yep. he did say that.
He is a weirdo.
He is, but so are we. So.
Yes.
This is true.
Don't lie. My dad just said he's not weird. So let him lie to you.
Hey, I know this is your interview, but is there a way he could just like pop in, even just a wave?
I'll see.
Or a middle finger.
Let's get solar.
Something.
Yeah,
He doesn't do the middle finger.
I'm going to try not to geek.
Our parents are young too.
Yeah, because this was all new to me because I seriously thought like he was like a character dad. Because when he called her in one of the skits, it said "legendary dad."
Oh, that's just his name in my phone. Like I didn't even change it for the skit. That's what his name is in my phone. But yeah, he is
really.
my
So like I said, I thought it was like a character. Now learning that he's actually her dad, I'm like geeking out, which try not to geek. It's hard.
It's fine, dude.
Hell, I was more of a wreck with. I'm surprised keeping like to get because I met Stephen and Mel at one of the Comic Cons.
That's cool.
And to see the guy who was playing Casey Jones, but you knew him as Oliver Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, and the fact that he was pretty a cool guy. I mean, he autographed my pop.
Oh, that's great to hear.
So, let me see. Do I even have?
Here's my father. Hold on.
What's up, Dad?
There
Hey,
he
Solar.
is in the doorway. The legend himself with
There's
the sword.
Way more popular than me.
That's not true.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, who's the one person that you've met on your journey that you just kind of geeked out to meet?
There's quite a few people, actually. The first person was Leva Bates because I watched her on TV when she was Blue Pants. I walked up to her because we were in the same locker room at a show, my first Florida show. I walk up to her. She says, "Are you the My Hero girl?" And I was like, "Oh my God, you know who I am?" What?
It's awesome.
That was pretty cool. That was pretty early in my official career. Recently, I met Orange Cassidy and Will Ospreay, and I was losing my mind quietly because I didn't want to be freaking out in front of them.
Bro.
But I cried later. I was crying, decuing, if you will.
Yes,
Great.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And Orange Cassidy is very underrated as a wrestler, but his in-ring work is amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'm a sucker for good character wrestling too. Obviously, I have like a big character. But I got distracted by the question. I forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry. It's not a question, but Ocarina of Time is a great game. Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what that was. I'm like,
Big
oh.
Will, you
Legend
wanna
of
read
Zelda.
The Legend of Zelda.
N64 main Zelda game, and to be exact.
What?
The Legend of Zelda. Show some respect.
You heard it here.
Yes.
Show some respect. Anyways,
I'm not a video game person, so it's like.
Become one.
Become one.
that is.
Oh,
yeah.
if I
You
only
should
had the
join the dark
time.
side.
Hey,
Yeah,
you can get a Switch, dude. Have it in the truck with you at least.
We do have quite a bit of
know
Zelda
what's
stuff
going
in
on.
here. We have a Master Sword from the original Legend of Zelda. Hang on.
She's gonna get the Master Sword.
Yeah, we do.
Uh-oh.
Well, it's okay. It's the sword thingy, okay?
The sword thing.
Hold on. I will show you.
Are we?
I don't know if it's gonna do it. We have this.
Yeah. That's his original sword from the beginning.
Yeah.
You must not have all your hearts.
It usually makes a sound, but the batteries died.
Oh.
Yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter. Oh, there it goes. Hold on. Shush.
There it goes. Yep. Up, she got all her hearts.
Father, I never played the original.
What? Oh, that's a classic, Airica.
I'll see. I've at
played
least
A Link
played
to
the
the Past.
original.
I've played A Link to the Past, A Link Between Worlds. I suck at video games. I beat Ocarina of Time a year ago. Now I'm working on Wind Waker. I'm almost there. After
So you
that,
didn't play
it's
Majora's
Twilight
Mask?
Princess. What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said you didn't play Majora's Mask?
I'm trying. I tried to play that one too, and I was like, I'm taking a break from this, and I started on Wind Waker because it's hard.
Yes, Wind Waker is hard. I think I got far and I just got lost. Because the maps, I mean, you're sailing, and sailing sometimes takes forever.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. You just got to talk to the man-faced fish a lot. Make sure you buy a lot of bait.
Yep.
Well, I gotta say, I love the way your name is spelt. Is that your born name, Airica?
Airica is, yes. That is how I spell it.
That's awesome.
That's the correct spelling.
Mhm.
That's the correct spelling. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love
Thank
it.
you.
That is awesome.
I appreciate it.
I'm sure the teachers hated saying it though.
Oh yeah, I've been called Arisha, Africa, Airica, and I'm like,
There's
y'all.
not even an F.
I know. I don't know where they got it from.
Wow.
But I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, hey, it's spelled air, Ica. It says
Right.
air, like air in the name. Just sound it out. Be what it be.
Any more questions, guys?
Well, at first, no, because when I first saw her name, I seriously thought it was like her gimmick's going to be like zipping through on the top rope all the time, like as a high flyer. But no, to actually watch your matches and stuff, you know, I was pretty impressed with everything that where you're at so far. So to see you get better and better, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you wrestle in person against the Cream Man himself, Stan the Man.
While we bring that up again, this question is for Will to Thrill. Are you willing to wear a green wig
Oh,
for Cream Mania?
Oh yeah. For our girl Airica, I will wear a green wig.
Hey, Will Tiny, you should
There it
You
is.
gotta
should wear a
wig.
white one.
I will. Out of respect for Airica, I will do that for her. And you know I'm nuts, so I definitely would do it.
Also, I just want to point out that wig I just grabbed remains on a Godzilla action toy thing that we have. I don't know why. It's just where it is. And I'd show you, but it's all the way over there. I'm not picking up my laptop to take it over there. It's also really dark over there.
It's okay. We'll take your word for it. But yeah, since he said it here, I will definitely wear a green wig. Plus, I don't got much hair, so a wig would look nice. I would feel like I could actually play with it, maybe.
We will wear a green wig for you.
Sounds good to me. I'll be looking for you. At least it'll be easy to find you.
Wait, weird.
Yes,
Cream Mania.
indeed.
Oh, Cream Mania? Oh, great.
He said I'm good.
That'll be awesome.
I also almost ran over my cat, and I feel really bad. He's really sad now.
Aw.
I didn't know he was behind me.
Well, at least he
Anyways.
ain't mad at you no more.
No, he's just pouting.
Oh,
Just throw him a couple more treats. He'll be all right.
I will.
That's how you handle guys. You just throw them food and we're good.
That's true.
he said that's true.
Joe Hale says this is great. Actually, me and Will of Thrills going to be heading out after this interview. We're going to a wrestling school show. It's called the Monster Factory. You may have heard of it.
Oh.
It's world famous.
I think I've
We're
wrestled
gonna-
in there before.
Yeah, you did.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yep, the one time I went to Jersey, I wrestled there. That's
Okay.
just happened.
Yeah.
That just happened to be where they held their show.
Yeah, we're heading there right after this interview. We're going to catch up with Joe Hale, who just said that comment. This is great.
That's cool.
Any more questions, guys?
Nope.
Yes, Erica,
Mhm.
gotta check out One Piece.
I've been told that so many times. It's just too long.
It is, but just get started.
Oh my gosh.
I have so many other anime on my list. If I start on that one, I'll never get to the
Awesome.
others.
Yeah.
I also have some
All right,
anime
I got
that
one
I
more.
need to rewatch.
I mean, we did power through like 4 seasons of Attack on Titan in like
2 weeks.
2.5 weeks. Yeah.
But that was also less than 90 episodes.
Right. Just do the first book pretty much. The live action was a pretty good adaptation too. I kind of like that too.
That's surprising to hear, honestly, because I watched the live action adaptation of Full Metal Alchemist. It was terrible. It was
Yeah.
the coolest part about it was Alphonse because the suit looked so real. The rest of it, horrible. Hated
Right.
everything.
Now, did you see the live action of Bleach?
I haven't watched Bleach.
Oh.
I've watched like 3 episodes of it, and then I forgot that I was watching it. Same with something similar happened with Tokyo Rangers and Black Clover.
Yeah.
If I
Black
watch the
Clover, I
anime
did
by
that.
myself, I don't finish it. I don't know why.
Well,
He was
there's no
watching Attack on Titan with me and was asleep for most of the episodes, but I got through all of it.
What do you mean?
Oh.
You slept
ask
through a
Dad,
lot.
what's he watching? What's he been watching lately? If he does.
Mostly, so he goes to sleep to gameplay of Legend of Zelda. So mostly that. Either that or Zelda music.
It's called getting into character, okay?
But yeah, we watched Attack on Titan together. My mom also watched Attack on Titan. She watched it separately, but she still watched it. Let's see.
Nice.
Will Solar be at Cream Mania?
Yes. he was.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Cream Mania.
Language.
Oh,
Is he allowed
It's
to
okay.
cuss?
I'm gonna say that.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you're good.
You bet your sweet ass I'll be at Cream Mania.
Yes. All right. Are any more questions?
I'm out for now. I'm hyped because he's coming.
All right, Erica. Thank you for your time. Good luck with your
Good
wrestling
luck
journey.
with your match.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Good luck.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Thank you. All right, guys. We're going to hit our music and take it home.
And
All
don't
right.
forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and put the notifications on for 3 Wills.
Yes, sir.
Please do.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
This is the Three Wheels of Wrestling podcast.
All right, guys. We're
All right,
out.
fellas.
Right.
Have a good night.
Night.
See y'all later.
Deuces.